Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be one of my favorite videos to watch, which is a what's on my iPad video. As Apple is coming out with new Apple products and the holidays are approaching, I thought I would give an honest review about what the iPad is about and what it can offer you from someone who has been a student and has used it for work. So I feel like I have a balanced idea and review of what having an iPad is like. So as we are nearing the holidays, you guys can have an idea of what you might want for Christmas. Maybe you're seeing all the new Apple products come in and you're kind of trying to make up your mind and seeing what Apple product is the right Apple product for you. So let's get started. First of all, I have the iPad Pro 11-inch 4th generation. This is what my iPad looks like. It has the camera. My phone case is gray. I got it from Amazon, and I have a little keychain for detailing. I think it's really cute. I believe this one is from Temu, and I think, as you guys can see, I really like gray and neutrals, so I love her. Now for the front case, I have the Apple Pencil, and I got a set off of Amazon. You guys, they're so cute. So let's get started on what the inside of my tablet looks like. This is my home screen. What I have in here is my calendar. I have the horizontal widget so I can see the things that I need and the reminders of every day, like walking my dog every day. I go to therapy with my dad, physical therapy, and then I have tasks like editing my YouTube videos, filming my YouTube videos, etc. And the only widget that I have is my Pinterest widget, which is tied to my BTS board that's specifically for only like BTS photos or like BTS themes, and I like to have them on a rotation of every hour. So every hour a widget will change. And not to go too deep into my Pinterest, because I'm about to show you guys, this is what my 777 board looks like. And so these pins are always on rotation. So like this one is one of my favorites, the August D and the Romeo and Juliet meme. As you guys can see who my biases are, I have a lot of Yoongi, August D. I think this photo is so iconic. He posted this and then deleted it, and I thought it was so funny. And then obviously the longer you scroll, the older the photos get. This is one of like my favorite, more like aesthetic-y like photos that I've seen. I wish I owned literally everything on this photo. I would like to preface that because I use my iPad for work and for school, I have really minimized the amount of stuff that I have on my iPad because I want to make sure that I'm staying focused, but I'm still enjoying my iPad. So if you guys will see, I don't really have a lot of widgets. I don't have a lot of like games downloaded, and that is because it uses up, specifically widgets use up a lot of your storage and it will drain your battery. So do they look cute? Yes. Is it fun personalizing your iPad or like your iPhone? Yes. But your battery will suffer and your storage will suffer. And because I now use my iPad fully for editing YouTube videos and for editing my thumbnails, I need as much storage as possible. So that is what I want to do, kind of express and let y'all know in case y'all are like, wow, this iPad looks so boring, or like, wow, this like doesn't look as aesthetic. Alrighty. Also, if I haven't mentioned already, I know that my Coraline wallpaper for Halloween is on my home screen, but I also have this one from the movie and I think it's so cute. It is like when she's looking at the doll, and yeah, anyways, I love it. I also love like wallpaper, using scenes of movies or TV shows as wallpapers rather than like an edit. Anyways, moving on to all of the different compartments. Again, we're going for mature, we're going for classy, we're going for minimalist. So the folder that I have here is called entertainment. What I have here are my apps that I use for entertainment. So I have YouTube, which I also use to upload, Disney Plus, Hulu, and TikTok. Fun fact, I actually deleted my social media off my phone in an effort to stop doom scrolling because it was getting to a point and I was getting really frustrated and really just disappointed in myself that at my grown age, I was like doom scrolling and my screen time was insane. But I'm like, I'm working on a screen, then I'm editing videos on a screen, and then I'm going on social media for like hours at night. It was the first thing I did at night. It was the first thing I did in the morning. So I deleted my social media, but it has helped so much. Literally just having TikTok on my iPad and knowing that if I'm going out with my friends or my family, I can be present and I'm not on my phone. Even going on a walk with my dog, like I would literally scroll on TikTok while I was walking her. Anyways, that is what I have on my entertainment. Next up is editing. Editing, again, I use the iPad for YouTube. So I have Canva downloaded. That's what I use to edit my thumbnails. So I'll show y'all like one or two. So this is an upcoming video that I want to make and it's called How I Got a Job. Like post-grad in this economy, etc. And that's kind of what it's looking like. I also have another one that from a video that I already posted. Oh, like for example, this is my Paris thumbnail that I used. I think it's really cute. And also I like these little clips and I'll download them. So like this is a paper crumbling and it's a really pretty like transition. You'll probably see this in this video actually. So that's what I like Canva for. YouTube Studio is to check my analytics, comments, copyright issues, all of that. Next up is iMovie. I don't really use iMovie that much just because I actually got Final Cut Pro. So this is what Final Cut Pro looks like for anybody curious. So getting a job, that's one of the projects that I'm working on. And then closet clean out video. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you're using your iPad for like work, my closet clean out video was 50 videos and took up 35 gigabytes, I think that's what it's called, or gigabytes. My getting a job video is 29 and like this video might be like 30 or something. And that's all that I use for editing. So the next thing is to know. These are all boring. It's my FaceTime, my clock, maps, and weather. I don't use maps. I don't use like the FaceTime honestly, but it's good to know. So I thought it fit. Next up is school. I have my Files app. The Files one is good for syncing to your MacBook so that I can sync files that I need for school or important documents that I need, and I can easily just access them to my iPad, which are synced. And then I have my Notion. This is what my Notion looks like. Here she is. Honestly, she looks better horizontal. This is titled Gap Year because I'm in my gap year. I'm the creator of my own reality. I have this week and it's just like all these like different habits that I'm trying to keep up with, which is like water, vitamins, flossing, reading, whatever. My dashboard switches from YouTube, health, projects, and my career. These are the photos that are inside of my gap year dashboard to kind of fit what I like. I have my job applications, class notes, and anything law school related. And then I was able to also customize colors. So I feel like this really encapsulates like my aesthetic, the vibe that I want to give. And then I got this preset from Dobo Chobo. Her name is Deborah or Deb. I love her YouTube channel and she has like her preset available for it to download onto Notion, and then you can customize it. Next up on my school stuff are reminders, which are just another way of saying to-do list. Thing that I have are photos. I have my camera and then my gallery. My gallery for my iPad specifically is not synced to my iPhone, and the only thing that I have on here are all of my videos, YouTube shorts. So it's just has that, no photos. Then the next thing, I have my hobbies. I have the books that I'm reading on my iPad. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really use this iPad for reading. It's not only quite large, but I really do prefer physical books. And I'm gonna start Fourth Wing, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna make that another vlog, and I'm over the moon about it. So yeah, I'm very excited about reading Fourth Wing, and I think I really do prefer just physical books. So that means that I don't really use it for reading. Then I have my Pinterest. Pinterest is my favorite app on my iPad. This is everything I've ever wanted and more. I'm gonna give y'all a tour. This is my profile, but I have all of my pins, and this is like the energy that I want to give. I don't give that energy like a look at my room, but that's the energy that I aspire to give. Then I have my outfits. You're gonna see a lot of Vivienne Westwood, a lot of chrome hearts, a lot of like black and white. I have Jenny has like an effortlessly like cool girl aesthetic that I would love. Ray from IVE, probably my favorite airport outfit worn by an idol. This one, so cool, I wish. And then I have an obsession with like these over the shoulder sweaters. And then I love a good boot. So I have lots of boots on here, lots of Doc Martens. And then you can tell the seasons change depending on like the types of like pins I'm pinning. Then I have blues, collages that I've made in the past. And then I have nails. I love nails. Hair inspo for hairstyles, but also like to motivate me to grow out my hair. Like I wish it was long and thick. I went to Europe this summer, so I have outfit inspo, aesthetic inspo, photo inspo for Europe. Then my favorite characters. I love a good brunette character. Also, a lot of these actually are my same personality type, which is INTJ. So like I'm pretty sure she is an INTJ, and then somebody else is, oh, she's an INTJ. Beth is also an INTJ. So I like just having relatable characters. My Christmas list in the past, and then my shoe inspo. And also this was my Christmas list from 2024. If anybody needs ideas, this is like everything that I asked for. And not just like what I asked for, but honestly just like pins that I found gave off the aesthetic that I want to give. And so it was like a good inspiration for anybody that was going to get me a present. So yep, that is Pinterest, my favorite app. The next slide, all boring stuff. Literally things that I don't really use. But I did title them Personal, Utilities, Apple, Business. And then that's my app library. Last but not least, I have the apps at the bottom that are easily accessible. On the right, as you guys can tell, those are your most recent opened apps. And then on the left are the apps that I chose to be there, which is my messages, Safari, calendar, and then my mail, which I don't use that app, but I just like to have it there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, taking a tour of a realistic, simple, and adult iPad. Obviously, once you get your iPad, it is up to you how much stuff you want to have on your iPad, what you want on your iPad, how you want to use your iPad. So it's really up to you. This is just the way that I choose to have my iPad in order for me to be productive and really use my iPad for work. A lot of people would probably have this opinion about a MacBook, that they don't have any social media, they're not customizing their MacBook to its fullest potential because they use it for school and they want to keep that mindset and correlate school with their MacBook. So that is how I correlate my work and my hobbies with my iPad. Will probably go on my iPad right now. I love her. One of my favorite possessions that I've ever owned in my entire life is this iPad. I treasure her. I love her. And I hope that you get an iPad. So, bye. Thanks for watching.